I never thought I'd say this, but I might need fusion surgery. And I just thought I would come on here and basically share why I've been a bit quiet. Um, Basically, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Alice. Basically, I was bedbound for 8 months, about 18 months ago. And I was very fortunate, and I praise God every day the fact that He has healed me to the point of not being bedbound anymore. I battle ME/CFS and postural orthostatic tachycardia, so struggle being upright for long and moving around long. Those two conditions have actually been behaving themselves, thanks be to God. But yeah, I have also been battling for a while a lot of chronic pain, and I didn't realise, but I have some spinal disorders. So I basically have something called cranial cervical instability. I saw a private neurosurgeon recently who it's very hard to explain, but in England it is very taboo to talk about this. Nobody will really diagnose you with CCI, but what he did say was I have slippage. I have basically on my x-rays it shows that my C1 is overlapping on my C2, my C2 is overlapping my C3, for example, which is causing instability. So he was able to diagnose that, but he wasn't able to actually say, yeah, you've got cranial cervical instability. He was highly recommending I don't have surgery, but said if it slips more than 1 mil more than it currently shows on my scans, that I would be a surgical candidate. I then have something called like tonsillar herniation, where my tonsils descend naturally lower than they should do, and I've got a really small space inside my like foramen magnum, I think it's called. So it's creating like a bit of a plug. Whenever I'm upright, gravity is creating a bit of a plug. So my brain fluid can't move freely up and down the spine. This is like the easiest way I can kind of understand it. It's been a lot to wrap my head around, guys, and I'm kind of coming on here to kind of share it with you all. I've just got this neck brace to trial to see if this is going to help. It's really uncomfortable. Obviously, it's kind of forcing my head in an unnatural posture because I do have EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which means that my ligaments are really lax. I have a lot more loose collagen than I should do, which is kind of causing this instability. And then you have something called an odontoid peg or a dens, and mine is retroflex. So every time I'm upright, it's impinging on my brainstem, which is causing a lot of pain. So I'm waiting to get a lumbar spine scan on lying on my front, on my tummy, on Monday, and then I will know whether I've got something called tethered cord in my lumbar spine, which could be also contributing to these issues. And then I will send all my scans to a specialist in Barcelona. So I am not going to be covered on any NHS. I can't even pay privately in England. I will have to pay privately in Barcelona. And it is an extortionate amount of money if I do need surgery. And basically, if I do need surgery, I will be titanium rod fused from the skull all the way down to just past my shoulders. So I won't be able to move my head up or down. I won't be able to move my head left or right, a bit like this, which is kind of good because it causes me a lot of pain. I get dizzy, I get sick whenever I do move my head or neck. So I'm kind of dealing with a lot. So please keep me in your prayers, if at all possible, if you have faith. Maybe God is planning on healing me through surgery. I don't know. I'm trying to lay it all at his feet. I'm trying to just trust that he will provide and he will find a way for me to get this surgery if I do need it. At the minute, I might not be quite severe enough to warrant surgery, but the problem is that we haven't had children yet. I'm 32, my husband's 39, and I don't know quite what that would mean if I didn't have the surgery regarding carrying, etc. The likelihood is I would need a C-section. I wouldn't be able to push. So there's a lot of heaviness here. There's a lot of unknown. And I wanted to come on here and be vulnerable in case anyone else is battling things that are hidden, that are invisible, that are chronic, because it is so difficult. And we have to be our own doctors and we have to advocate for ourselves. So please keep me in your prayers. And if you can share this to raise awareness, that would be incredible. Thank you. and hopefully I will have some more answers soon, and I will try and do this as a bit of a series and update anyone that is interested. Thank you so much. God bless.